Some time ago, my sister gave me this book of stickers. She's an architect, she likes fine design, and she found this in a shop and she thought, oh, I've got to give this to Ruby because she can use it in a journal. These are on circles, so you can see the circles, and then you've got, so there was coral, and then there's shells, and then there's fish on the circle background. Then you've got larger circles with these shells. Then there's labels with coral on them. The labels are like that size. Lots of blank white paper. Fish labels, same size. And then these are, was it crustaceans? Although that's an otter. Again, on those larger labels, but because the fish are much bigger, they take up much more of the label. Then we have eels and other strange fish. We have a couple, these are bigger labels again, quarter page, with a couple of different rays and sharks. We've got 4 jellyfish, and then there are 4 pages of these sticker strips. So I put them aside for, I have to say, I think more than a year. Not sure what to do with them. I was like a bit stymied. Didn't really know how to use them. I tend to go, look, I'm the first one to say I'm not particularly stylish. I'm not as design focused as my sister. In my Caran d'Ache journal for November, skip past October. In November, I have used this sticker set. Mostly, I have fussy cut around the individual pictures on the stickers because I had no need for the white paper. This journal, this Caran d'Ache journal, has really good paper for writing with fountain pens, and the sticker paper, frankly, was terrible with fountain pens, so I had no desire to write on those larger labels at all. A bit of a seascape. I have tried to incorporate as many elements from the sticker book as I could. With my stickers, I have used 2 of my chameleon pens. I used these because I needed something fairly fine to get the sharp ends on this lettering that I've chosen to use. These pens are normally used as colour changes, and I didn't do that. I've simply used them as the plain pen colour. You'll see how that shades from green to the pinky beige colour. So you can transition it by putting the beigey one in the red lid, and it'll come out for just a couple of seconds, and then it'll write in that colour first, and then it'll gradually shade to that. But I didn't use them like that. I used them just as their actual colours. I also used my Iro Utsushi dip pen, Pilot dip pen, in a fountain pen ink sample from Van Diemen's Ink. It's Neptune's Necklace. That's what I will be writing in this month, but I wasn't ready to set up a fountain pen yet until I finished my October journal entries. I don't have a lot of fountain pens I can use in this journal because it does only have 90 GSM paper. So I am kind of limited for the 3 months I'm in this journal to using one of my finest fountain pens. This is my Sailor Pro Gear pen, which is a fine to medium nib. So because I needed to finish writing my October entries first, I haven't changed over the ink yet, so that's why I used this dip pen, which, as you can see, has quite a fine line and is actually quite nice to write with, and very clean and easy to use. It takes more thought than you'd think to lay out stickers. It's not a matter of just whacking them on the page. You actually have to think about how it's all going to come together. I found it quite important to have little things, details like these that kind of bind it together a little bit. And it's got to kind of make sense. Anyway, the other interesting thing I've done here is with the shells I've put on this cut back edge of the page, I have put a shell on the other side as well. So I had to find stickers that had similar kinds of edges, and it's worked reasonably well. There is a little bit of sticky edge sticking out there, but they soon got, I don't know, they've lost their stick, so it's not an issue at all. And because it kind of goes with the shell that's on top of it, it doesn't look bad. So that's my first edge from my title page going into my first tracker. Now my sleep tracker, I am mixing it up a bit this month. Since I've been working again full-time, my sleeping patterns have improved a little. But I'm just curious about tracking. Last month I did track whether I was looking at socials when I went to bed, but I want to just see how long I spend looking at them or reading. So just curious to see what I'm doing instead of sleeping. I will just mark the boxes for the time I spend doing either of those three things, obviously sleeping. So that's my sleep tracker, trying to understand a bit more about my habits around sleeping. Then I've got exercise, a few different things going on. The steps is an easy one. I'm often carrying my phone and I just use the steps tracker on my phone, and so that's just what I fill in there. It's pretty much the same as, where's my steps tracker from October? It's like this, just tracking how many steps, how many thousand steps I do. So that is going there in the wheel. That's really easy to track, and because it's on my phone, if I don't get to it that day, it's easy. Jump Rope for Heart is an Australian organisation. It's kind of, I think it raises money for the Cancer Council. I used to do skipping challenges, jump rope challenges when I was in primary school and high school to raise money, and they haven't done that for years, but they've started this new one where it's basically 30 days Jump Rope for Heart skipping challenge in November. You're meant to be raising money. I am not sure how well I'm going to stick to this, so I'm not doing that, because last time I tried to pick up skipping again, I got really sore shins. So I'm going to be taking it very tentatively, just skipping for 5 minutes, doing lots of stretching, lots of calf, quad and hip flexor stretches, but I'm hoping that just that little bit every day with some rest days in there for the 30 days might help me get back into skipping, because I used to love it. It's really, really good for you, but it can be hard to get back into it when you haven't done it for a long time, especially when you're my age, because your body doesn't cope quite so well with it. But the thing that's great about skipping is it's so flexible. You can just take your skipping rope and do it wherever. It's really easy. And then finally, I've just got a little tracker down here for any kayaking or cycling I do, just marking off that I've had a go at doing those. What I've done here, so you'll know on the edge, you saw on the edge of this page I had the shells lining the edge. On this page I've got one of the circle shells, and I've matched it with a circle on the other side. So that was a really easy little tab to include. Again, because I wanted to incorporate these decorative strips, that's why I've got the cut back page, so I can use them, because they were really pretty and I didn't know how else to include them. This fishtail goes just nowhere. And I've used the fountain pen ink to add a few swirls, but really stuck to those three main colours throughout. So there's another circle tab. full page. I've got my mood tracker, which is the same as always, just tracking what my mood was and noting why the mood was like that. And then I've got my gratitude tracker. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So more than half the month I'll be noting down something I'm grateful for. Then I've got my liquids tracker. Same tracker I always use, tracking different types of drinks. I am really trying hard to get the 6. Actually, I need to add the little tracker in there like this. One of those. I have a tracker here. I've got space, so I can chuck that in there because my doctor was concerned and said I need to drink more, and so I'm really pushing hard to drink those 6 waters a day. What I've actually noticed is that I'm actually drinking a lot less of it was sugar-free soda, but because I'm drinking so much water, I'm drinking less of that. So that's when trackers are useful, when you actually look at the patterns, look at what's happening, see where things need to change, what works. And that is something I've definitely noticed in the last couple of months, and so it's clearly working. So pushing hard to keep up those 6 glasses of water a day. It's basically 2 drink bottles a day. Then I go into my dailies. I've been doing weeklies and I just haven't been using them enough. It's a lot of wasted space. And I wanted more space for my dailies because my dailies were like 3 to a page. So what I'm doing is 2 dailies to a page, and I've just got a very brief little events tracker or tasks that need to be on a specific day will be noted here. The first week is a short one, it's only 3 days, that's why there's only 3 days on that spread. I'll mark my events and tasks that need to happen on specific days, and then I've just got a larger kind of area to cover stuff for each day. It could just be journaling, diarising. It could be more bullet journal style of keeping it beside me during the day and just noting things as they come into my head, which is how bullet journaling is kind of meant to happen in your dailies. Noting tasks and thoughts and ideas and things along the way as you go, and then at the end of the week you pull it into your next week or put it into your future log. I've cut the strips that I had into 4, so these long strips here, just use my knife and a cutting board and cut them into 4 narrow strips so that I get a divider down each page, which has made a little bit of a hump in the middle of the page, but I'll manage. I reference my lettering styles off Pinterest mostly. I've got a big Pinterest board of different lettering styles, and they very rarely include numbers, and of course in a journal you need numbers, and so I often have to kind of make up numbers that kind of fit with the lettering style, and so that's what I've done. I came up with them pretty quickly, so I was pretty happy with that. I have used the circle stickers in these layouts, keeping them as the circles because it worked quite well along with the strip in the middle, and then the day and the day of the week are in a little bubble coming off that. So they're my weeklies, and then my dailies. Really gorgeous stickers, very detailed, right up until the end of the month. And then because the last week of November only has 6 days in it, I have 1 spare column to do a bit of a review of the month. So that is my November. I'll just quickly flip through so you can see it properly. Oh, this is because I didn't leave enough room after writing these notes and sticking this fish down, so I had to add 3 days on an extra little strip. That's all that is. Looks really simple. It's going to look amazing once it's all written on and filled in. And that's it. There will be December in this journal, and then I will start a new one for the new year. I hope you have a great month. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon.